Hey!
Ah!
What you got going there?
Oh man. Welcome back to another episode. Today,
This is clearly not a big bear.
No.
Big bear. Uh-oh. I mean brute force.
uh-oh.
It's neither one, technically.
Oh, yeah, it's really not either one of those. Yeah, today we're working on this old Sportsman here because it had a charging problem. The stator was bad. There's my wife. The stator is bad, so now we are going to show you how to replace it. So,
Do you know how to replace it?
no, so follow along and learn with me. I have the general idea. So, it's nuts and bolts.
I don't know how to replace it, so. Where are you starting? I guess let's just jump right in.
Well, first off, I know the stator is down here. Here's the stator. It's in here. But I have to get all these freaking snorkel pipes out of the way. And they're
Did you
annoying.
do any testing on this to verify it was for sure the stator?
Yeah, so we had to do a test and check the ohms, the resistance between each winding on the stator. And then we also had to do a check for continuity to ground. And all three wires failed to ground. So
And how else do we know that the stator, it was the stator?
well, we put a voltage regulator on it, and that didn't work.
New regulator.
Yeah, so that didn't work.
There's the, by the way, there's the new one.
Yeah.
And there's the factory. We didn't take this apart yet because one, it's a pain in the ass to get off, and two,
We weren't sure. if
we
it
just
was-
plugged it up and to see if it'd work.
Yeah.
And
So and no working. So the stator's bad. We have a new stator here from RM Stator and a new cover gasket that we're gonna put on. Look at that bubble wrap. So yeah.
Keychain.
Keychain score. Oh, we got a sticker too.
mine's.
And we got dielectric grease. So yeah, that's what we have there for that, and that's gonna go in here. But I gotta go these snorkel pipes out of the way and get all the stuff out of the way.
Which, those of you watching, if you have a factory machine, you probably won't have to deal with this more.
Yeah.
So, all right, so
I'll try to get in there and get the best angles and film all this the best I can. So just tag along with us and let's see how this goes. Okay, we're just gonna jump right in because I didn't want to film so I can go now with us. So what are you doing here, man?
Pulling the air box. Like so. However, I'm still connected to something.
Yeah, you got a little line
There's a wire.
right here.
Oh, it's
So-
just stuck in the silicone.
As you see, we took off the entire front clip and then the little doodad piece that we had to replace, and both footwells. And oh yeah, the little side pieces. So just to get the front off, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 total pieces off.
Yeah.
And Aaron's fighting the air box right now. And then what?
Air box.
I wonder if she ran.
Yeah, you got it off. Now what?
Now we can get to the screws. So there's a screw here and a screw here that holds the gas tank in.
Okay.
We get those off and get the gas tank out. Then we can get to the stator. So
Well, it's just
That's
really
where-
weird that.
So I just wanted to pick up real quick and just show you guys kind of the process of why we pick back up. Half this bike is taken apart. So it's quite a trip, a long road to get there to get to the stator, but slow process, but we're on our way.
Yeah.
So I guess now we yank this tank and hopefully we'll be stator home free. See you guys in a bit. Okay, so here's the old stator out. I'm not gonna lie to you, I forgot to film and bring you guys along with this process, but it's not, don't leave us right now. I promise you, I can still show you what's going on. So take the camera and show them what you had to do down here, because I'm gonna let you do all that and then I'll pick back up here. How's that?
All right. So we got the air box off, all the fenders, everything off. Fuel tank out, which allowed us access down here.
And so you had to pull what off the fuel tank. Let's go ahead and
Oh yeah, the fuel tank had
this on
the
it.
vent hose.
You had this.
It had the
No, this right
the
here.
coil wires that we had, and then there was the fuel pump hose itself.
Which your wiring goes here. Just
Wherever
show
it
you
was.
guys out of it. Here, let me,
Right there.
yeah. So you got a wire that goes in here, 4-prong. This is what it looks like. I say 4-prong, 3-prong, sorry. And then that guy
And the fuel hose.
Yeah, and then fuel hose.
Which is somewhere in this mess of stuff. Here it is.
Yeah, which plugs in right there.
Yeah. And the way you get this fuel hose off is you take this little white clip, you stick a flathead back in here in the backside, pull that white clip out this way, and then you can pull that hose off.
And then this clear hose went right here. This is your vent. But anyway, this gas tank has to come out from this way, so you have to take your gas cap off, take your plastics off, and then slide this tank out through the side, through the right side. But anyway, so back to this. We took this cover off, which was where you jump back in, right? Over there.
So the cover comes off right here. There's 8 bolts. They are, I'm not gonna lie, kind of a pain to get to, these bottom ones.
We had to use, just real quick to reference you,
Yeah.
if I can piggyback on what you're saying. We had to use this kind of longer extension. This is all 1/4-inch drive stuff. I mean, you don't have to use 1/4-inch drive, it's just, just make sure it's a longer extension. What is that, 6-inch extension?
Yeah, the 6-inch extension with
8 millimeter, and then your ratchet. I don't think you can get a gun in there without a swivel.
Yeah,
got a
so
swivel.
it's
I
kind
just
of
would recommend freaking ripping those because they're 8s. But
yeah, it's a pain. But we got it off. It comes off here. There's a gasket. There's also on your coolant hose that comes in, there's some O-rings right here, and those will be kind of stuck, so you have to kind of wiggle that nice and easy and get that off. But then the cover comes off.
it did take 2 people to pry that because I had to get you to hold that on one side and me actually grab the pry bar on the other side, for the sheer fact that it's all like magnetic. You know? So it's kind of a big magnet.
Yeah, it's going to be stuck on there pretty good. So, also you have to make sure you disconnect your stator wire and your crank position wire. That needs to come off as well. So, that being said, then you have 5mm bolts, 3 of them here that hold the actual stator in itself, 2 of them down in here. As you can see there, 5mm as well. They hold the cable and the bracket out of the way.
Make sure, real quick, I'm sorry I keep taking over. When you take this off, and the only reason I'm intercepting Aaron's because I actually was the one that physically did this. Make sure the wire is on the bottom. It is a common mistake for people to take these and 180 them upside down.
Yeah.
So just make sure the wire, when you're putting it back in, is on the bottom. It goes bottom and then surfaces to the top. So,
right. So make sure you do that.
Sorry.
And then, so yeah, that's where we're at. We're gonna get this cleaned up.
Loctited.
Loctite your bolts. Did this die? The screen went off. Did it die?
No, you just gotta tap the screen, silly goose.
Oh, I don't know how to work
back.
this. I'm not a filmer. We're back. So yeah, get this cleaned up and then put the brand new gasket on and throw that in the trash. And then we'll kind of show where we're at there. Let's do that.
Think I should do? He's like, we're like, oh, you know, do this, do that, you know, radio relocate. And he's like, what about speakers? I would definitely want to do speakers. And Aaron's like, oh, you gotta have speakers. I said, I feel like Kevin Hart that.
What did you say?
Shit.
I did.
Oh shit. Insert that right there.
I've been brainwashed all these years of. You know what it is? When you got all the 8s sitting on your tower rack and you're like, oh, this
no, it was when he put them on here. He's like, fuck these speakers, do all this wire and yada yada yada. And then he puts 8s on the Rhino, and he's like, that's actually really cool.
Yeah.
Update now. All right, so what we got here Alright, if you look down here,
Polaris.
this is the regulator. We've already taken the old one out right here. So we're doing this. That one was actually fine, but apparently these bikes, quads, four-wheelers, whatever you want to call them, please don't attack me in the comments because I know some people are like, can't let you call them bike. The whole thing. These are notorious, these Sportsmans, in fact, are notorious for the regulators going bad on them. So being as we just replaced the stator, we might as well go ahead and replace the regulator. So that's what we're doing here. This is not something you guys who are doing a stator only have to do. However, I mean, if you got the bike apart personally and you got the funds to do it, I would highly recommend just doing both at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, yeah, that's put back together. So whatever they were doing, just do the reverse.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'll just play all of the footage
The main
in
thing
reverse.
is we're just trying to get this knocked out, and so we keep forgetting to film things because we're just, everything's working, so we're just kind of keeping momentum and going with it while everything's going good. So
This is one of the rare times we're trying to start a job and finish it in the same day out of TXMD.
Yep.
Which is,
One day job.
if we do this, would be probably the first.
The first, yeah.
No. The
trucks
Rams
were the
too.
first.
This would be the third. So because of that, it spurred momentum to, I guess, just keep getting stuff started and finished in one day.
We've done more than that in the shop. But another one-day project. Way to go, guys.
Yep.
Stars of the show.
Oh, is this where I like? Oh,
No,
sorry,
no,
Give me this again.
Get out of here.
You're right now. Hi,
Let me.
welcome to the other side of the brute.
The
So,
other side of the proof.
oh, Polaris. Sorry. Cut. We're gonna take this. Welcome back to the Polaris. So what we're doing now is attaching the coolant hose back on here, the other coolant hose back on here, and then we're gonna get to buttoning stuff up. This connection here, especially with mud bikes, dielectric grease. Every connector you can find, everything you see, dielectric grease. Because mud, water, everything else gets in here.
like playing in the mud.
Yeah, we play in the mud. So, yeah, do that when you do that. So I'm just gonna continue on buttoning all this up down in here.
It's important.
Do it.
Okay, so now we're gonna try a test fire after the stator and regulator are installed. We've got the gas tank back in, the air box back in, everything that has to be put back with those connected to it. So are you gonna, I guess, hit the jump on it, or?
Yeah, I'm kind of scared too because that gas soaked rag, but we'll try it.
Probably be best to do this. We're doing it before we pull the plastics on just to make sure everything's good. But
Here we go.
Oh, it's on me now, huh?
It's on you.
Well, we're gonna grab our key here. See if I can do this with one hand. Hey. Oh, we got power on the display. It's not flickering. No brake over there like I'm used to.
Yep.
Making sure we're in park, which we are. And
Battery is dead. Or it ain't getting a good connection.
this doesn't have the...
Battery gauge.
Let it charge for a minute.
Yeah, well, I'll charge for a little bit.
okay, so let's try this again in a few minutes. Okay, so we got it running. Sorry for that. It took us getting a better connection and jumping straight from battery because the jump box we have here, cables are frayed. Is it charging?
Yeah, 13.4 at idle.
All right, you ready to goose?
Yeah, give us some throttle. Oh yeah.
Reading 14 volts.
Yeah, she's charging.
Stator works. That's what we wanted. Regulator, I keep trying to say rectifier. Regulator works. So we're gonna let this run for a little bit. So I'm gonna take you guys over here, and that's probably where I'll do a closeout. Obviously, we still gotta put all the plastics on it and everything. But as far as the mechanical side and the stator, our problem was the stator. I'm not gonna say that's y'all's problem, whoever watches this, but our problem is clearly the stator. But we did check the regulator, sorry, We did the regulator as well, but we already tested that by doing an ohm test and load test on it with our multimeter, and it was fine. But we figured we have the bike apart, so why not go ahead and just replace it. So everything is good. It's charging, the system is charging, it's working properly. We also, like I said, it's new battery, new regulator, new stator. There was a big switch, I can't remember what the name of the thing is called, but it's right underneath the hood, underneath the front plastic piece, if you will. We replaced that too. So literally the last thing was the stator. So we knew going in that it was had to be that, or we have a loose ground somewhere. But anyway, sorry to ramble. If you made it this far, we appreciate it. Please go check out some more of our other videos. If this is your first one, I'm Justin, by the way. The red beard is obviously the red beard, and the Asian behind the camera is Alan. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please like this video if you enjoyed it. If it helped you, I hope it did. It's probably better than some, maybe worse than others. Comment down below what you thought, what y'all's problems were. If you have any questions, maybe we can help you. Hit the notification bell. Like I said, if this is just if you guys are regulars here, we'd really appreciate it. And like I said, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Problems we have, like, you can't have nobody over when Aaron works because he gets patched. They call me the social butterfly, but look at this guy right here. Freaking time. This is why we can't have people over. We can't have people over when we work, when we have a serious job, because Aaron's over there chit-chatting and freaking dick slapping around.